Hello everyone. So today we're going to be taking a look at this 2012 BMW 730D SE. And today's review is taking place at Kelly's Toyota, situated in Letterkenny, County Donegal. For all contact information in regards to this dealership, please see the description box below. So in today's review, we'll be taking a look at the interior of the car. I'll explain how the features work. We'll also start up, look at the engine, go over the performance data, take a look around the exterior. I'm also going to take the car on a detailed test drive. So the 7 Series is completely keyless, so if I just leave the keys in my pocket, as soon as I approach the car, just pull the door handle once and the car unlocks. And also the 7 Series comes with soft close doors, so if you feel it close the door the whole way, there's a suction mechanism that will pull the door into the frame of the car, as I'll now demonstrate. As you can see there. So this car has the ivory leather interior with fine line wooden trim. A very nice colour combination and certainly a very popular one. You've got your 4 one-touch automatic windows, and you also got a control here for the rear sunblind, which I'll demonstrate later, as well as 2-person memory settings for the driver's seat. And the seat itself is of course fully electric. There's also this little control here which extends the leg rest as well. Okay, so the engine start-stop button is located just here. Foot on the brake, and the car fires right up. So this car has 75,388 kilometers on the clock so far. So this car has a leather-wrapped 3-spoke multifunction steering wheel with hydraulic rack and pinion power assist, and also there's a little control down here because the car has an electric steering column, 4-way adjustments as you can see there. And on the left of the steering wheel you have your cruise control as normal, and then you got your multimedia interface here, so you can operate the voice command, volume controls, radio station, and your different mode selection such as between AM and FM, CD player, the auxiliary port and USB, and so on. And this car also has rain sensing windshield wipers as well as automatic xenon headlights. You also got your fog lamp controls located there, and you have a storage compartment located down here as well, very nicely padded actually. And it's very typical BMW in here, so very nicely designed and laid out gauges. And coming into the center console, you got a very large screen. Now I'm very used to these BMWs, so I've got used to this iDrive system almost immediately. So you got your main command center located down here, you got your wheel, and then you got all your shortcut buttons. So at the moment we're in the main menu, so you can select between the CD player in here, radio, telephone, and navigation. If you go into navigation, you can see it's a very nicely displayed screen. If I click the wheel over to the left, you got all your various selections here and setups for the sat-nav. And if I go back into menu, office, I believe now if you pair your phone to the Bluetooth system in this car, there's things like office that you can set up. You can type in your home address and go through your contacts, I think, from here. I've never actually used Office or many of these BMW services before. And if I go into settings, you can adjust everything here from the info display, control display, time and date, all sorts of settings in here for every aspect of the car. And if I just go back again and see what's in vehicle information, so you can go through the owner's handbook, search by pictures. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can adjust in this car. And by going over to the right here, you can go through the truck computer, look at your fuel consumption, range, and so on and so forth. And if I press right again, you can have a split screen between the truck computer and the sat-nav. So there's a lot to go through in this infotainment screen. Looks more complicated than it is, but I promise you this is a very nice system and very easy to use. And as you can see, I have the split screen thing on at the moment. I think if I click option, I can just turn that back off, so now we just got the full screen. So we'll actually just turn on the radio itself. Sound quality is very good in this car. So pretty good. So the iDrive system, as I said, it's fairly simple and easy to use. If you're used to BMWs from this era, basically previous generation BMWs, you should get used to this in no time at all. But as I said, you got shortcut buttons here for everything. You got back, option, nav, telephone, main menu, CD, radio, and so on. So it's a nice system and very simple to use. And then up here you got your standard preset stations, your CD player, as well as your dual zone climate control. Very nice LCD display there, as well as 3 stage heated seats for the driver and passenger sides. And down here, sorry, we're turning the sound off now before you get a copyright notice. You got a little storage compartment and a cigarette lighter. And in here, I believe we have 2 cup holders as well. Then you got your traction control. You can select between sport mode, for example, and then you got comfort and normal modes as well. So I think we'll leave it in normal for now. And you got your electronic parking brake with the auto hold feature, as well as your button for the parking sensors. And then we get to the gearbox. So this here is an 8-speed automatic. So P here is for park, which is what the car is in at the moment, and then to shift between the gears you just press the unlock button, and you can select between drive, neutral, and when you put it in reverse you got your backup camera and guidance lines, which also move with the steering wheel as well, as you can see there. And then when you have it in drive, you can also select sport mode and change gears manually. Now there are no paddle shifters, as you can see, mounted on the back of the steering wheel. Now we'll just put it back into park. And then you got this center console, which, as you can see, you can also lock, and it opens in a split format, as you can see there. Now there isn't a whole lot of storage in here. As a matter of fact, the only storage you really have is this. The rest of it is taken up by this adapter. I believe you can plug a phone into that. You got a 12-volt power outlet in there, auxiliary and USB. Tiny storage area here, which is probably only big enough really for these little things. So yeah, you really can't put anything worth talking about in here. I don't even know if I could fit my iPhone in this. And you also got your lock and unlock release for the bootlet itself. But it is nicely padded, very, very soft. And the interior of this car is just such a wonderful, beautiful place to be. Seats are exceptionally comfortable, as you would imagine with a 7 Series. I mean, you can just see how thick the leather is, especially on the headrest as well. And you also got an auto-dimming interior mirror, as well as the emergency SOS system. And you have your illuminated vanity mirrors too. So, what do I think of the interior of the 7 Series? Well, I'll tell you one thing. This is just the front seat. Wait until you guys see the back seat in just a moment. But before we do, if I press this button here, you got a very small storage compartment. A few little bags in there. And then in the glove box itself, it's, you know, decent enough in size. You know, only really big enough, I think, for the owner's manual. But nevertheless, if you wanted to move the owner's manual towards the boot, or even put it in that door bin down there, you would free up a bit of extra space. But let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat. And I think this is the first time ever in the history of my car reviews I've been looking forward to the back seat of a car review more than the front. And that'll make sense in just a second, because this car has the rear entertainment seat pack. I think that's what it's called anyway. I'm pretty sure I'm not too far off. So let's shut the door here and see what we have. So as you can see, we got 2 big screens back here. And if I just fold down at the center armrest, it houses the whole command center, if that's what you want to call it. So it has storage bins in here with headphones, as you can see, and you just power on the headphones by pressing this button here. And you can use any headphone. There's no headphone set up for either the left or right screen. You just select if you're using the right one, using this control here, or that little button, and then you got your volume controls located just there, and they fit nicely, of course, in here. So you got the whole command center here. Now this is basically the iDrive system from the front replicated into the back. So let's see if I can start this thing up. Okay, so you press R if you want to select the right screen, and L if you want to select the left screen. And if you want to control both of them, which in my case, because I'm the only rear passenger, I probably will press them. Sorry, you press them both together. And as I said, you know, the whole iDrive system is replicated here. You also got your volume controls. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to demonstrate this now. There we go. If I just turn off the volume there, I can power on the radio from here. So let's just see if I can get this done. Sorry, right screen would be helpful. So if I go on the radio, I radio there, and I can crank up the volume.
The luxury G hotel.
You see that? And the sound is coming from the rear, as you can probably hear. So there's no sound in the front, so the rear passengers can sit back here and listen to the radio, and it really won't bug the front seat occupants too much. That's incredible, I think. That is really impressive, and you can go through everything here. So as I said, you just go back to the main menu. You can even look at the navigation. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. I think you can actually slide this back. There you go. You can have it flat against the headrest. Or sorry, not the headrest, the back of the seat. This is amazing. If you were going on a long distance journey, you could sit back here, look at the sat nav, listen to music. This is probably the most chilled out car you can be a passenger in. Unbelievably relaxing. You got loads of leg room. You know, it's got storage pockets in the back of each front seat. Headroom is excellent as well. Oh, this is incredible. I've never been in the back of a car like this before. That is awesome. But another thing I should show you guys is, where is this? Down here. You got controls for the rear sunblind. So if I press this, you got your rear sunblind there, and all the controls, by the way, are duplicated on the left side as well. So I can put up my sunblinds from my side and for the passenger side. So you see, you're completely shielded just about from everybody from the outside. You can just sit back here, chill out, and feel like absolute royalty. So incredibly impressive, this whole rear seat entertainment pack. You also got your climate controls located down there, as well as headphone plugins, a CD player, and it looks like there's 2 outlets down there as well. So wow, don't know what to tell you guys, this is amazing. Incredibly comfortable seats, as you'd imagine, loads of legroom and headroom. Keep yourself entertained back here with the screens for a while. So yeah, I'll just fold this back up. I think the one thing that would annoy people is actually having the center passenger, because if you have somebody in the center here, you can't really use the iDrive controls, as a matter of fact. I never even checked to see if this thing is touchscreen. Nope, it's not touchscreen. So you have to use the iDrive system, so you really actually wouldn't want to have anybody sitting in the center seat, because that would probably annoy you. So let's go ahead and hop back into the front. Okay, so we're going to turn on the hazards, as well as the headlights, front and rear fog lamps, and as I said, all 4 windows are fully automatic. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior. Okay, so this particular 7 Series is finished in sapphire black metallic, and it comes with the automatic bike xenon projector headlamps as standard with LED turn signals. You also got your lower front fog lamps and front parking sensors. And coming along to the side, you also got very nice chrome located more towards the bottom of the car, which is strange. Normally the turn signals would be up kind of around this area in most cars. LED turn signals as well. It also has these 20-inch 12-spoke alloy wheels. It has 4-wheel ventilated steel disc brakes, as well as full independent suspension front to rear. And you also got a nice bit of chrome going along the door handles and around the window frames. You also got tinted rear windows and your shark fin antenna, and the LED taillights as well. You also got your reversing lamps located just there. Nice polished exhaust tips. And this car also has the electronic boot as well, so you just press the button, and you can also open it, of course, using the button on the interior of the car. And so the boot space measures in at 500 litres, so it's pretty big in size. Certainly more than enough room back here for any items you wish to haul around. And also you got this little storage tray just lifts out there, and you got a little net off to the side as well. And then to close the boot, you just hit the button. So I think the 7 Series is certainly a very nice looking car from the outside. Luxurious and elegant, but I think overall you could describe this styling as conservative and not particularly flashy, but when you see one of these things, you certainly know what it is, and you certainly know that it carries quite a large price tag as well. Release located just down here. The engine is a 3-litre straight 6 turbo diesel. It produces 254 brake horsepower with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. It also puts out 413 foot-pounds of torque, and it's estimated this car can do about 50 miles to the gallon. Okay, so we're just going to take the 7 Series out onto the dual carriageway and see what the power is like. Alright, so foot down. Very good, strong, healthy pull from the 3-litre diesel engine. Now, I'm actually reviewing this car, well, I'm kind of doing like a comparison between this and the Audi A8. Now, I reviewed a 2012 Audi A8 yesterday, and because the A8 and the 7 Series are basically the exact same kind of car, I want to do, you know, a little bit of a comparison. So the 3-litre straight 6 diesel on this produces, I think I said it was about 254 brake horsepower. In the Audi, the 3-litre V6 TDI produces 246, so the BMW has more power. However, the A8 is 4-wheel drive. It has the Quattro system. The BMW is rear-wheel drive. So I do notice that even though the acceleration in the 7 Series is excellent, there's certainly nothing wrong with it, as I can certainly feel there, the acceleration in the Audi, sorry, I'm getting myself confused already, is even quicker again, mainly because the 4-wheel drive system just seems to really help propel you along a lot quicker, and I think some of it's also, of course, down to the Tiptronic gearbox in the Audi. So the Audi, I think, accelerates better than the BMW, accelerates faster anyway, but the BMW has more power. Other things, well, as far as interior styling goes, I think I prefer the interior of the BMW. There's certainly nothing wrong with the interior of the Audi, but I think the BMW's is much simpler and easier, I think, to figure out. The iDrive system is very easy to use in this thing. I think the interior in the Audi is maybe a little bit too busy for my liking. But out here on the open roads, I have to say the 7 Series is just incredible to drive. It's so soft and quiet and easy. I mean, like the A8, it's a big luxurious limousine, and it's designed for munching up the miles on the motorway. So yeah, at the moment, I just love this thing. It's just incredible to drive out here. Another comparison I want to make to the Audi A8 is styling. Now, I think the A8, now this is just a personal thing, I think I prefer the styling of the A8 over the 7 Series. Now, that's not to say that I don't think the 7 Series is a nice looking car. It is, but I just think the Audi A8 is just a little bit better looking for me personally. But yeah, I do prefer the styling of the interior in the BMW. It has more power, but the Audi is better looking on the outside, not as nice looking on the inside, and it has less power, but it accelerates better, if any of that makes sense. Okay, so let's see about this power once more. Okay, and we're off. Yeah, it's a very good strong pull from the 3-litre diesel engine, but I can certainly say that the acceleration in the Audi is definitely quicker. But yeah, so overall, the 7 Series, what do I think of it? Well, we still have to do some back road driving, but at the moment, I really like this thing, and I'm very familiar with the overall layout in the interior, because it's actually just the same layout as the previous / outgoing BMW 5 Series, the F10. It's a lovely place to be. The driving position is just fantastic, and the seats are really, really comfortable. So far, so good for the 7 Series. Okay, so we're just out here in these back roads for a very quick test drive to see what the ride quality is like. So we'll go over a few of these bumpier patches. The 7 Series seems to be absorbing them very well. Now, as you would imagine with a car of this type, it's tailored towards comfort more than sport. Now, you can of course put the car in sport mode, but honestly, comfort is the mode you want to keep this kind of car in. So going around this tight left-hander, yeah, you see there's hardly any body roll in this thing. It just coasts around here, no problem whatsoever. So yeah, the ride quality out here is certainly very good. It absorbs the bumps very well. It's a very smooth, easy riding car, and it just handles so nicely as well. Very, very minimal body roll. A lovely, lovely car to drive out here, that's for sure. Although realistically, this here is the kind of car you want to drive out in the motorway, because it'll get excellent fuel economy, probably about over 40 mpg, I think I said in the voiceover for the engine earlier. But yeah, certainly a nice car to drive out in the back roads should you ever need to head out any back roads for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm just going to head back to the dealership now. So I can summarize the 7 Series very easily. This is certainly a very impressive car. It's fantastic to drive out on the road. It's very quiet, very smooth, comfortable ride. And then the overall interior is just a lovely place to be. Very, very comfortable seats. And everything is just nicely laid out. It's just a lovely place to be. And this car with the optional rear entertainment pack there for the passengers is certainly very impressive. I mean, you got complete control over them screens back there. You got the sunblind controls. It's very, very impressive indeed. I'd imagine that entertainment pack is very expensive, but then again, it only benefits the rear passengers, so get them to pay for it. There you go. There's some justice in buying it. You can get your passengers, if you have a family of maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 people in your family, and they want that entertainment pack, make them pay for it. But overall, this is definitely a fantastic car, and it's a very tight one really between it and the RDA-H. Certainly there's you know likes and dislikes, I think, in both cars, but overall I'd say they're certainly fairly equal. But for me, I certainly really like this 7 Series. Absolutely love driving it today. I love the layout of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna head on back to the dealership now, because I think this car is very, very close to running out of diesel. It's like 10 kilometers of fuel left in this thing. But anyway guys, sorry, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you again in the next one.